Now, the war between Israel and the Hamas militants in West Asia has reached Gaza's biggest hospital, where thousands are trapped, and officials say lack of fuel has caused deaths of premature babies and critical patients. According to the World Health Organization, the largest hospital in Gaza, the Al-Shifa hospital, has now ceased to function, and fatalities among patients are rising as a blistering Israeli assault continues in the Gaza Strip. The WHO managed to speak to health professionals at the hospital, and they described a dire and perilous situation, and it was not functioning as a hospital anymore, with constant gunfire and bombing exacerbating the already critical circumstances. Now, a total of 5 premature babies and 7 critical patients have died in Al-Shifa hospital, and this is according to the Deputy Health Minister in Hamas-run Gaza Strip, where they fear that the death toll among patients will rise in the coming hours. Gaza's Hamas-run health ministry further added that at least 2,300 people are still inside Al-Shifa hospital. In an update shared by the WHO, a doctor in the region said that Al-Shifa hospital can no longer accept patients. Even ambulances have stopped evacuating the wounded Palestinians and bringing them to Al-Shifa. And according to the medical staff, 40 patients in the ICU face death if no fuel, water and oxygen are provided for them.
The situation now is very bad. We don't have connection. There is no internet. Sometimes we have some reason on the call phone. We're on the 4th floor. And also there's a sniper who attacked 4 patients from the inside the hospital. One of them has a gunshot directly in his neck, and he has a quadriplegia. And the other one, he has a gunshot in the abdomen. Some of the people which actually go outside the hospital, they want to go to the south, they bump them also. They bump the family from Al-Shifa hospital today in the morning. There is no electricity actually, there is no water, there is no food. So our team is exhausted.
Now, in a video we were unable to independently verify, the Israeli army shared footage of troops leaving jerry cans of fuel outside the Al-Shifa hospital. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that the hospital had been offered fuel but had refused it.
We offered actually last night to give them enough fuel to operate the hospital, operate the incubators and so on, because we have obviously no battle with patients or with civilians at all. And I think every civilian death, every dead baby is a tragedy. But that tragedy should be placed squarely at the responsibility of Hamas, that is keeping its military installations inside hospitals, its command posts inside hospitals, inside schools, inside UNRWA, UN facilities, and so on.
The Israeli military said it had placed 300 liters of fuel at the hospital's entrance, but Hamas authorities were preventing the hospital staff from collecting the badly needed supply. Although Al-Shifa director has told journalists that the Israeli claims were lies, on the contrary, according to the Palestine Red Crescent Society, they received 76 trucks loaded with aid from the Rafah crossing. And the aid organization said that the Israeli occupying authorities have not permitted the entry of fuel so far. And it's not just Al-Shifa hospital that has ceased to function. According to the Palestine Red Crescent Society, the Al-Quds hospital, which is the second largest in Gaza, has also ceased operations due to a fuel shortage as Israeli forces continue to bomb the besieged enclave.
Sorrow, pain, anger, discontent and disappointment. These are our feelings today after we had to announce Al-Quds Hospital in Gaza City is out of service. After a whole week of calling on the international community and the humanitarian organizations for the necessity to let aid come in urgently to Al-Quds Hospital. The hospital was left to face its destiny on its own under non-stop bombardment, which put the lives of our medical staff and patients in danger. Today we say that the international community and all countries signing the Geneva Convention are fully responsible for the collapse of the healthcare system in Gaza Strip.
Now, according to the UN's humanitarian agency, 20 of Gaza's 36 hospitals are no longer functioning since Israel announced the complete siege of the Strip. Palestinians continue to flee northern Gaza as they evacuated from a number of hospitals that were bombed. And they say that they're struggling at the moment to find a safe place to be.
اللي عاش الحرب عاشها في مستشفى الشفا. مستشفى الشفا كانت كلها مشاهد مؤلمة. كان في أمهات بتفقد أولادها، شفت منظر الثلاجات، الشهداء فيهم روائحهم طالعة، الذباب منتشر عليهم. كانت الأم مثلا، أنا شفت أم كانت جاي تشوف ابنها إذا مستشهد ولا لا، فلقت قدامها زوجها اللي مستشهد. كان وضع للأمانة كارثي. الله يعين الناس، ربنا المستعان.
Now, as Israel's military pushed deeper into dense urban neighborhoods, Palestinians joined a growing exodus of people heading towards the south to escape the fighting. Gaza officials say that the Palestinian death toll from the war has surpassed 11,000 people, and a spokesperson for the Israel Defense Force said on Sunday its troops were continuing to deepen raids into the heart of Gaza City.
עד כה עצרנו 20 מחבלים נחקרים שהבאנו אותם לחקירה בישראל. זה 20 שבויים שמתוכם גם כאלה שהשתתפו בטבח ב7 באוקטובר.
Meanwhile, negotiations to free the hostages taken by Hamas militants and other terror groups to Gaza are intense and ongoing as Qatar continues to mediate deal-making between Israel and Hamas. And this is according to multiple U.S. officials. According to the White House, U.S. President Joe Biden spoke on Sunday with Qatar's Emir Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani about developments in Gaza and urgent ongoing efforts to secure the release of hostages being held by Hamas militant group.
Is there a potential deal, Mr. Prime Minister? Is there a potential deal?
There could be, but I think the less I say about it, the more I'll increase the chances that it materializes.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has also hinted that there could be potential deal to free hostages, but pushes back against growing international calls for a ceasefire. He says Israel's battle to crush Gaza's Hamas militants will continue.